Good morning everyone and welcome back to another video. Now I'm starting off today's video in the car because I'm going to be doing a challenge. I'm going to be doing a Google Maps fishing challenge. I've got my phone with me right here and we're going to be going on Google Maps and sussing out some spots to fish at for today. And as you can actually see, it's actually sunny for today. So we're going to get out and make the most of it. I'm going to be going on my phone, searching in Google Maps for new fishing spots that I've never fished at before, going to them and hopefully trying to get onto a few fish. Without further ado, let's open up the phone and have a look for the first fishing spot of the day. Right, so I'm on my phone right here. I'm going to open up Google Maps. Also starting off in a random oval, just parked here to film the intro. I don't want to give away too much of the area, so I'm probably just going to skip to a lake that's nearby and look for areas around there. As you can see, I'm going to be screen recording on my phone so you'll be able to see what I'm seeing. Now I've actually fished all along that right section, but I've never been in here. I don't know why the picture quality is so bad, but I reckon if I can park my car somewhere there, I'll make a little mark around it, walk through the bush and fish this bank, aiming at these pontoons on the other side. Alright, we've got the first spot. Let's go give it a crack, see if we can get onto anything. Never mind, I was down too far, so I've come up here a bit more. Just double check. Alright. Yeah, so we're on the corner right here. And I think if I can cross this little creaky bit, walk up through the bush and fish out around this point. All down along here. Like I said, I don't think it's private, but there's definitely no signs around. So, I'll give it a go. Oh, this is going to be interesting. How do I cross here? Definitely going to have to get my feet wet, eh? Unless I go over to this brick. This brick in the ground might be my only shot. Right, well, I'm guaranteed to get 1 foot wet, so we may as well just go for it. Alright, that works. Like I said earlier, never fished this spot, so I'm pretty keen. Hopefully get onto some brim or flathead or anything else I can take. Looks alright though. Wonder how deep it is. I reckon we might start just here. It's shallow here, but it dips off. Got my extreme light set up with me today. 2,500 reel, 7-foot rod, 8-pound braid, 8-pound leader. I would be using 6-pound leader, but I've actually run out, so this is gonna have to do for today. Squidgie fish, 70mm. I think this is the pumpkin seed colour, and that's on a 1/12 jig head. So super light. Yeah, so it's super shallow on the edges, but like a pretty deep channel running through the centre. I reckon that's where the fish are going to be. I'm fishing the incoming tide as well. I find I do a lot better on brim, on the incoming, because they get to push up into these places they wouldn't be able to get to on the low. That pontoon there looks really good as well. It's got lots of oysters. Give that one a toss. Oh, what's this guy going to say? Well, I had a fish here or something, eh? There we go.
I thought a bird got caught in a line.
Oh, oh yeah. No worries. I'm going to keep moving up a slight bit. Nothing at the first spot, although I wasn't able to fully get underneath the pontoons where I wanted to. Keep moving along. Hey duckies. Good morning. How are we? You're in the middle of the road, ducks. Oh, there we go. Yep. There's a fish. There is a fish. Oh. What are you predicting? I reckon it could be a little flatty. It's coming in pretty cruisy. Yeah. Little flat fella. 8-pound. He's got it. Oh, he's pinned alright actually. There he is. Right in close. It's a bit of an awkward bank to bring him up on. Come on, mate. Alright, we've got him on the edge. Might be able to just lift him. Yep, there we go. First fish. That actually didn't take too long. About 10-15 minutes. And just like that, first fish of the Google Maps fishing challenge ticked off on that little squidgie fish, corner of the mouth. It's pretty cool to come out here to a spot I've actually never fished before, so close to home. This guy right here is not a giant, but he's definitely up in that high 40s mark. Great little first fish, super green. Those spines way up in the air. Right, let's get him back. And that's the other thing with flathead, they have two very different bites. They either see the lure, come up off the bottom and just absolutely crash tackle it, or do what my one just did. I felt the little bite, waited a second, then hook set, because what he would have done is he would have grabbed it and sat there on the bottom. I felt that bit of tension and the little doink in my rod tip, and then it's just a matter of pulling into him, striking. But I think we've given this spot a good go. Cool to get a fish just here. We're just going to keep moving up a bit more. Okay. Weak one up there. Oh, that was right on that weed line as well. There's got to be a fish sitting off that. I reckon we get one here. Yep. I knew there was going to be one there. Wow. I don't think this is a flathead. I don't think this is a flathead, and it's very large. I'm just playing him super light drag because I don't know what it is. I hook set him pretty well, so it should be in there. Might get a look at him. Yeah, it is a flathead. Sheesh, he's got a bit of go in him. He's not even that big, I don't think. Just playing him super light. I got 8-pound leader. If he's inhaled that lure, easy snap me off. It's definitely a good fish. Oh, I think he has inhaled it. Oh no, corner of the mouth. Good hookup. I knew there'd have to be a fish sitting off that weed line. It looked too perfect. It would have just been sitting in that deep channel. Brought my lure off. And he wanted it. This guy is super fired up for some reason. He's just not done. My drag's loose, but it's not Hollywood drag. It's still up there. John's calling me. I'm trying to land this flathead. It is just going mental. Come on, mate. Come on. Oh, my line's super frayed. There we go. That hook's out. I pinned him nicely, actually. Look when I go to pick him up. Look at that. Full defense mode. Did call it. Right on 51 centimeters. Very, very nice dusky flathead. He's been rolling in dirt the whole time, and this is a terrible camera angle because of the sun, but another flathead. 51 centimeters. Absolute beautiful specimen. He's come off an extremely sandy bottom. Super dotty, super speckled. This little system seems to be going off at the moment, so let's get this fella back in and keep on fishing. Look at the colours on that one. Stunning. He's made an absolute mess of himself rolling in the dirt, but I'll try and make this work. And I'm just retying my line because that guy had completely destroyed it. Biggest tip I can give you when you catch a flathead, always check your line. They have very, very sharp teeth and lots of spines. That piece of line right there, completely shredded up. If I was to cast that back out there in that condition and hook another flathead, I'd have the potential of losing it. So you don't want to risk that. When you get a bit afraid, just cut it off and retie your lure. The knot that I do for this, I do the most basic knot in the book when I tie my lures. I just do 5 wraps around, through the hole, and back through the hole. That's it. Grip that with my teeth, pull it tight. Probably the most basic knot, but it's held up some of my biggest fish. 94 centimetre flathead off the beach, 89 centimetre flathead. Pretty much every fish that I've caught has been using this knot, so I've never had an issue with it, so I don't see why I should change it. Make sure you cut that tag end as close as you can to the front of the jig head and put that line in your bag. It's only a tiny bit of line, but if everyone left that tiny bit of line, these fishing spots would be a mess. So always remember to put your tag end in your bag or in the bin as well. I might try and target this lady's pontoon if she doesn't mind. Chuck me bag down. She'll probably tell me to not fish it or something. Here she comes. This will be interesting. Unless she's feeding the ducks or something. Feeding the ducks, all the fish. Here comes the ducks. Great. Well, that wrecks that pontoon, eh? Gotta love it. Ducks obviously get fed pretty well around here because there's a large abundance of them. Look at them having a nice old time. Good feed right there. Very good feed. We'll give this lady's pontoon a miss then. Not trying to disrupt the public. I'll wind this one in. Won't disturb this lady's duck feeding frenzy. If this dog's gonna bark the whole time, seriously. A lot shallower here, but it's really deep in this little channel. I don't really know how I'm supposed to flick it either. Very awkward to cast. I'm on my way back to the car. We've fished all along this section with 2 flathead, which I reckon is really good for a spot I've never flicked before. I'm going to try these last couple of pontoons. We're going to hop back in the car and we're going to search up another spot to go to. Yep, I reckon we change spot. It's going to be pretty risky trying to change spot, having the fact the wind's this strong, but hopefully we can find somewhere. Wasn't planning on getting wet feet, but as you can see, I might just have to jump it, which is not really what I want, but I don't really see any other way this could go. And we got both feet wet. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Alrighty, I'm back in the car now, and this wind is absolutely blowing a gale. But regardless of that, we're going to try and fish through it, and I'm going to try and pick a spot that's out of the wind. So we're back on my phone, as you can see on the screen right now. And I kind of want to go to the back of this system, a place that I've never fished it. So this will be the road we come in on. Come in on this road here, follow this out. I've fished that jetty, but I've never fished this little gap here. Never fished that gap before ever. So we might go there and fish that. I don't know how out of the wind it will be. Alrighty, well, let's get on the road, give this spot a shot, and hopefully that wind dies off a little bit. Otherwise, it's not going to be a very pleasant time, but we'll make do. We'll make do. And here's the gap. I thought it was going to be an open gap. There's actually some trees and some signs in the way, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because I can still fish here and a little bit over there. Putting a little bit of scent on the lure. Just around the top. Perfect. Oh, there's a snag there. You're kidding. Pretty sure it's in a log as well, so this technique probably won't come off. This works really good for rocks, but yeah, that's gone. I'll just go through and pick out another lure. I might go with a curly tail actually. I think that looks alright. Watermelon red. That little fella out there. Match that up with a... Probably should do a 1/8 to be honest. Oh, I've only got them in this kind. I'm gonna match that up with a 1/12, I reckon. Give that a shot. I've also decided that I'm gonna go down a little bit more just because of the fact that there's obviously snags there. There's also a guy reading a book in the other opening, so I won't be able to fish there. What's down here? This opens up a bit. Might be able to work. Oh wow, that's a nice drop. Oh yep. Oh wow, that's a good fish. What? Weirdest head shakes. You see my rod tip? It's a micro flatty. Now I'm probably gonna have to lift him. I do have 8 pound. Hopefully that. Oh, there we go. We got him up. I don't want him to roll around in that dirt, so I'll put him over here. Little flat fish. First fish at the new spot. That was first cast on that grub actually at this little opening. With a little bit of scent on there. Just got the job done. It's a bit of a drop to the water, so I won't be able to water release him, but see you, champ. Just retied that lure back onto the leader because flathead have some sharp teeth. A little fish of that size just completely shredded my line. We've actually snagged up again. I swear I didn't chuck it that close to the tree. No, that's coming off. That is on there. Another one gone. Another day, another snag. I reckon Bunnings should sponsor me with the amount of snags that I've been producing today. Bunnings, if you're watching this, hit me up. No, but I'm just reapplying scent to the third lure, and I got this bloodworm 2.5 inch soft plastic. Yep. Oh, this is a bad spot to hook a fish. It's going to be a flatty. He's going to go straight under there. Don't do it, mate. Right. Turned his head. He's facing this way now. Awesome stuff. I don't know how I'm supposed to land him. Right, I don't know how I'm supposed to land this one, to be honest. I don't have a clue. I might just have to do what I'm doing with all of them and just risk lifting it up. Oh, it snapped. Hold on, he's sitting there. No. Damn it. He's swimming off with it in his mouth. I'm more upset he's swimming off with a lure in his mouth than me actually losing it. What can you do? You live, you learn, I guess. That's my third lure gone. Just retied on the same colour. Same jig head, same everything. Just going to move over this way. Just because I think it might be a bit easier to land the fish from here than pulling it up that big bank. That's if we even get onto any. Yep. Flatty. Oh. He's right there. Just dropped it at the very end. And my lure's gone and wrapped around this tree. The little guy was just sitting right up in close. That was as I was slow winding it in. It's just decided to grab it. Obviously wasn't hooked very well. I really thought that was a hit then. I really did. Oh man. What did I expect fishing next to a log, dude? It's the downside about not being in a boat. If I was in a boat, I could just get that off so easy. No, that's not coming off. This is lure number 4 or 5. Putting on a new lure. Giving it another shot. If I lose another lure, I swear. I got the tiniest leader, so there goes my chances of catching any brim. Got me little go-to Zman Slim Swim in the motor oil with the shortest leader. This is where I originally wanted to fish coming to this spot anyway, so. Oh, this is a good fish. Didn't even feel him grab it. I know, he's pretty small, but look at him just cruising in. See, now I don't know how I'm supposed to get him up. Playing it super light. Super, super light. Alright, I think my only chance to lift him up is going to be this gap. Oh, my line is... yeah, don't think I'm getting that back. What I can do is... oh, I need my glove right now. A net would even be helpful. He's not too keen on coming in. That line's definitely going to be destroyed, so we won't be lifting him up. Made that mistake last time. There we go, that's what I wanted. Straight on his belly. Got him. Just like that. And without me going in the drink. There we go. Whew. Look at that lure. Way in there. Yep, line is completely ripped up. I pretty much knew there was only going to be one type of fish we were going to catch with a leader that short. A very green, very fired up little flathead. This is actually going to be the last fish of the day, as this was the last spot I was fishing. We'll get this fella back in the water and head off home. Beautiful blue dot.